I began as always in the matchless name of Jesus. This video is going to be doing my review of Arrow Season 3, Episode 19, Broken Arrow. Wow. Wow. A little bit angry that things had to go this way, but nonetheless, I'll just jump into the episode. So, episode opens up with Roy Harper, with Roy on the people on the with the news talking about Roy Harper turning himself in as the Arrow. So, and meanwhile, Jake's guy named Jake Simmons, aka Deadbolt, a guy with a laser who can shoot laser beams from his eyes, kills two men and probably robs them. So also after that, Oliver is still held by handcuffed to a chair, and he's released by Laurel, who gets a note from the DA saying for him to be released. So, and thankfully he's released. So Quentin Lance decides to do that. So a little bit later, Quentin Lance gets a warrant to search the basement where the foundry or the arcade is. It's like he's just trying to find some evidence, and unfortunately he finds fingerprints of Roy Harper there. So, and just Thea was hoping that Roy Harper was not set up for this by Oliver, and he said he didn't. So, meanwhile they learn that Jake Simmons is being aka Deathbolt. Deathbolt is out there wreaking havoc, and they enlist Ray Palmer's help since Oliver going out there to fight is fatal for him. So, Ray goes out to fight Deathbolt once, and he gets trounced. And after that, Oliver calls him out on just relying on the suit to help him kick butt. And the next time he just uses control. He just uses control at first, and then he fights. Felt like the movie Real Steel for a minute, and then he tries to use Ray's suit to fight Deathbolt. He loses control of the suit, and then Ray fights him. Ray fights him himself, and he wins. This is after Deathbolt has captured Felicity. She escapes for once, and then Deathbolt captures her again. So it is also, meanwhile, in the prison, Roy just fights off a bunch of inmates who want to kill him. He fights them off really well. It was really, really good fight scene. And then we also see a little bit later he is stabbed by one of the guards there, and then he is told and then Thea and Oliver are told that he was dead, and Quentin just had to he said he was sorry, but he would say sorry, but we know who's the blame here. So that just made me angry. Anyway, a little bit earlier, I was glad that Lieutenant Pike just went over there and called him out on just told him that he was going Captain Ahab on Oliver. Just so everybody knows, Captain Ahab is a character from Moby Dick, and that guy is very obsessive. So he's saying, Lance, you're going very obsessive on your hunt for Oliver, and he's like, Oliver, and that he should be as he is searching through Thea's loft, and he says, don't let this get beyond, and he shouldn't be looking for Oliver when there's a guy in custody right now. So, and he's like, don't let your hatred for him overwhelming reason, or don't use it to justify a vendetta. So, and it's insane. So a little bit later, we find out that Roy Harper is indeed alive, and they just made it. It was just sort of like a ruse to fake death, so that way he can get out. So he can get out there. So, and then a little bit later, Oliver, Felicity, and Diggle say their goodbyes to Roy as he goes off and leaves the team. So, meanwhile, just Ray just realizes that Felicity has feelings for Oliver, so he just goes off and quits. It just says he just deceives her about saying, I didn't really love you, but we know that's true. He was just like, he just wanted Felicity to be happy, so. Yeah, so. I'm gonna just blow through the flashbacks because what comes next at the end is just shocking. So, okay, so in the flashbacks, Oliver infiltrated Argus to stop Waller, only to find out that she did not send the men after him. And the Yamashiros. It's actually done by General Shreve, whose plans to release the virus in Hong Kong. Oliver, Maseo, and Tatsu steal the vaccine, as well as the plans for how Shreve plans to infect the city. So, no wait, they take the vaccine. So yeah, that was it. The flashbacks were really good, and I liked everything that came along with them. So, also I need to add that Oliver was trying to break Roy out of prison, which I thought was fatal. So, anyways, to the finale, to the last few minutes. Thea is at her loft. She's still mourning over Roy perceived death. She's about to drink some wine when all of a sudden she realizes that Ra's al Ghul is in her apartment. She says to him, "My brother's gonna kill you," and he's like, "No, he's gonna beg." And then she runs, and then there's a nice little fight scene between her and Ra's, and it's like Thea's gotten really proficient, but alas, Ra's still much better, and she has her impaled and mortally wounded. Very angry at this point. It's my guess is that Ra's had her mortally wounded or murdered, so that way, as his way, so that way he knows, so that Oliver will have no choice but to. It'll be like Oliver comes to him, he'll say, "Become my heir, and I will bring your sister back to life, or heal her of her mortal wound." So, frankly, I really wish it was. I wish either Roy or Quentin Lance died. Particularly, I would have preferred Quentin Lance because he is really annoying me at this point. Really annoying me. Anyways, very good episode. I also have to say, I really felt like this is a little weird having. Just feel like Ray should be in the Flash TV show because he doesn't seem to really fit in the Arrow TV show. And speaking of which, Ray and Cisco are in Central City. They have put him in the prison of the particle accelerator, and they're just wondering like, they realized the guy was in Opal City when the particle accelerator went off. He was nowhere near the place to get superpowers, so he must have gotten superpowers another way. So, kind of makes me excited for the Flash, and it means that we could still get Gorilla City. And Grodd could still wind up in the continent of Africa. But, anyways, this was a great episode. 9.9 out of 10. I cannot wait for the next one. We will be getting so much Olicity moments in that episode. Alright, that's all for this video.